Welcome to the sleepy town of Encampment, Wyoming. We've had a great time here over the last 24 hours. Ate a bunch of food, had a hiker crack her skull open, bled all over the place at 3 in the morning. But I've never seen a town that has anything like this. We're so common that they made our own bus stop for hitchhiking. They leave signs here, like, look at this. CDT hikers to Battle Pass, or to the town next door. This is some next level accommodation.
It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
This is something I feel like you'd see in the Soviet Union. A hitchhiking bus stop.
He doesn't have goggles.
So this is our last stretch of forest, I think, for a long while. We're gonna be in the basin by tomorrow. It's gonna be very exposed, but much easier hiking. We also, to touch on what happened in town, all the people we're supposed to catch up with mostly decided they didn't want to hike the basin, so most of them skipped it. And then we, one of the two other hikers that was there with us fainted in the middle of the night and smashed her head on a bathtub and got a big laceration. So we had to figure out how to get her to a urgent care at some point in the early morning. So they're not with us now either. They're going to be a day or two behind while the old noggin heals. We accidentally bypassed Bridger Peak, which is to our left, but we're kind of too far beyond it to go back and get it. We're on a route that'll work, so we're just sticking with what we got. We're also starting this section with a couple dilemmas, one of which is my water filter just broke right when we got on trail, so I have to glom onto him.
I dictate the pace.
Yeah,
I dictate the path.
yeah, this time it's your turn. And we decided to pack like a fast and light version of our meal setup, thinking we'll get to town in 2.5 quick days, with the expectation that we would have a massive breakfast leaving town today, which we did not get. So water situation is fucked up, food situation is fucked up. All that means is that we have to lean into our strategy and get up at 4 in the morning or so, 3:30 in the morning tomorrow, and probably try to do the largest mileage day I've ever done on trail. So we'll see how it goes. The landscape is opening up now. We've been kind of lightly been getting rained on. The storm is mostly passing. It's kind of sticking to these mountains that we just came out of, but we're hoping that maybe it would stay a little cloudy for the next couple of days for us to cross this southern part of the basin. I also shipped most of my cold weather gear to Lander, which would be the end of the basin, so that's a gamble. We just have to hope that we don't get any freak 50-mile-an-hour cold windstorms or rainstorms. Clover and I are supposed to walk 10 feet higher over the top of this thing, but we're going to walk around the side because the excuse we're going to use is we don't want to get struck by lightning. The truth of the matter is we're just lazy. We're tired.
We're going uphill right now.
I'm still tired from Colorado. I don't want to walk an extra 10 feet if I don't have to. I'll risk breaking my ankles on some of these rock rollers rather than go uphill a marginal amount. Well, just beyond this tree line starts the Great Divide Basin, which, if my map reading skills are correct, continues for about 188 miles from here until we hit tree line again. We'll be stopping in Rawlins and Lander during that time period, but it should take us about a week in total. It's going to be an inhospitable place. we're dropping down off of the plateau, so this is the last little stand of trees and shade we'll have for the next few 100 miles. So we're trying to savor it. Back to route finding. Every once in a while there's like a trail register in the middle of nowhere. We're in the middle of nowhere. And since nobody has phone service, it's pretty interesting to use these. It's like a little surprise to see who's ahead of you. And honestly, we didn't recognize like almost none of these names, so it's going to be pretty interesting over the next week or two if we keep a fast pace. We're going to meet a lot of new people. I gotta say, first impressions of the basin are better than I would have thought. It's wetter than it seems like it should be. It might have just been raining in the last few days, but all the sage plants are alive, which is kind of rare, I feel like. I never really see live sage plants. They smell fresher, like sweeter than normal. It's actually kind of a nice change. Pleasant, actually. I'm sure that opinion will change tomorrow when we're walking at about 1 p.m. But it's nice for now. Got dinner cooking. It's getting windy, but overall it shouldn't be too bad of an evening. We're gonna get up tomorrow and rush as far as we're about to make it. So we gotta sleep well. Here we are, back to the desert days. Clover rolling a cigarette on the road in Wyoming here at 4:30 in the morning. We have discovered an anomaly in the map. Turns out we don't have to do an enormous day today, just a moderately large day on pavement. We gotta find ways to entertain ourselves out here. This road does a big horseshoe, so he's staying up there while I'm gonna try to bushwhack across this little valley and see if I can get there first, or whether this is a bad idea. But it's better than walking on the road for now, in my opinion. Well, he's gonna win, but I think my path was more fun. See something you like? See something you like?
Well, I just ate some beef jerky, so I was kind of thinking about that while I was looking at these cows.
There's a privy here on the side of the highway, and somebody left 2 bikepacking bikes for us to ride into Rawlins on. So there's a thing called the Tour Divide bike route, which shares a lot of the same routes as the CDT, and people bikepack it. I would strongly suggest if you're doing that, you probably shouldn't leave your multi-$1,000 bicycles unattended in a fucking bathroom in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know where those people were.
Yeah, I mean, someone could have easily shoved all of that gear down the fucking toilet and stolen it.
We could have easily ridden to Rawlins on them, honestly.
They had food in there I could have eaten, like,
Yeah.
which I didn't,
Yeah.
but that just seems irresponsible. I mean, I know no one's really out here, but all it takes is like one meth head in a car
Yeah.
to come by, have to take a shit.
Imagine you being stranded out here.
Yeah,
We're like 40 miles from a town right now.
yeah, there's
Don't do that.
any car by here.
I also want to make a point of mentioning that when I saw the bikes, I thought ride to town. Clover's first thought was disassemble them and shove everything down the toilet. It says a lot about the silent inner workings of this man's mind.
Well, and yours too. You're just a thief.
I'm a pragmatist.
Zazz to my pranks.
I'm also thinking that, similar to how it was in the boot heel, these videos are going to be pretty heavy on discourse and pretty light on landscape, because this is the same view you're going to see for the next 3 or 4 videos, y'all. So get excited. Got a very exciting update. There seems to be some sort of bipedal organism down here on the left side of the road. Oh, nope, that's a man on horseback. Never mind. I thought that might have been another hiker that we could have possibly ambushed and stripped of all valuable food and drink items, but unfortunately, I don't think we have the proper equipment to take on cavalry in an open field right now. So we have to save that idea for another time. It's now afternoon. It's definitely hotter. This isn't quite as hot as it was in New Mexico in the desert, but it's not comfortable anymore. There are no trees, no shade, nothing remotely resembling shelter anywhere around here, so we're in the middle of it. Why take the highway when you can hike a nice scenic trail like the CDT? Well, because this is it. There is no trail. It's literally bushwhacking. See a traveler right there. Not faking it. It's not that bad a terrain, but it would be very difficult to do 40 miles in this. We're just trying to make time. That being said, we do have about 15 more miles to go to town. And this 3 miles right here is kind of funny when you look at it on a topo map. It's literally just a straight line that takes no account of any sort of geological feature or geography whatsoever. It's like the Sykes-Picot agreement. They just like came out here and they were like, fuck it, straight line north. Figured out. If you went back to the videos of the second day on trail in Boot Heel and looked at the footage of us walking between the second and third water cache, I swear to God, this place is like a carbon copy of it. It's exactly the same. Although I didn't see any pronghorn down there. I think this thing's supposed to be aquatic, but he's out here in the desert, scooting around with ants. Very bizarre looking thing. It looks like it could be even in your family or something. there are a couple of little lakes right around here. So I don't know whether it is something that's supposed to be in the water. It's just strayed a little far, or who knows what. But I've never seen anything like that. I'd like to see a salamander crawl his way out of here. Wow, yeah. Take it all the way to Wyoming to find a rattlesnake. And it was swimming. What's odd about this is it's lime green, kind of like the green Mojave rattlesnakes, but I don't know whether their range gets this far. Which, it'll comfort everybody to know that as I'm getting closer to this, the green Mojave rattlesnake is the most venomous one in North America, because it has both hemotoxin and neurotoxin. But it might be a western diamondback. I just don't know about them being green like that. While Clover handles a different kind of snake back there, I'll explain that I have internet service here and was able to look that thing up. It obviously is not a green Mojave rattlesnake because we're nowhere near there. It's just a prairie rattlesnake, I guess, in these areas. They have some alleles that some of them have that make them show up as a light green, or sorry, a kind of a greenish brown hue. So that's interesting.
It's funny because you would kind of expect to find that thing like, you know, you're in the wilderness, it's all majestic, and you come across, you know, an animal sighting. But the reality is we found that thing over by like probably some illegal dump. So like it was probably eating mice that was just like living in trash. And yeah, that's showbiz, baby.
Yeah, basically planet Earth over here. Through a sea of reptiles and oil derricks, we've come to the big city, Rawlins, Wyoming. Look at that metroplex over there. We are excited, let me tell you. Clover, what are you gonna get from Buck's Sports Tavern?
Probably a burger.
Biggest day you've ever hiked, and a burger, no beer?
I don't know. Alcohol after 40 might be a bad idea.
I disagree. I think it's going to be more than 40. So, it deserves it.